pop into the, there's a, when Mark says pop into the Zoom, pop into the Clubhouse, the mornings that I've had some really dark mornings, okay? Like we all have. And going into the Wellness Warriors just lifted me up. Let me just tell you this. Whatever happens, just because we're together, that's what matters, is to know that you have a space in the laws of life to come together. You have the Wellness Warriors on Clubhouse. Let's take a poll. Who in the Zoom audience and live audience, that's your, yeah. Who in the Zoom audience or the live audience has been on Clubhouse? I'm just curious. Raise your digital hand. We got Mark, we got Christopher, we got Wally, Lindsay, Kenneth. All right, Aaron Clemens, you have got to get onto Clubhouse, brother. You've got to get onto it. So let me ask you a question. It became very popular. Michael Embry's on it. It became very popular during COVID. That's when it really hit. Lindsay, what is the current pulse of the Clubhouse app? Is it still as powerful as it was, in your opinion?
No, it isn't as powerful as a networking space. It really did bring us together when so many of us were in isolation. However, it is enormously impactful for its convenience of bringing community together around conversation without video interfacing. And so I think it is a really great place if you host any events that would, work really well as an interactive podcast. That's where Clubhouse really come in as a support tool. And that's what I would say is a way to optimize that.
By the way, remember when we met Shadow, Mark? Remember Shadow? He got me to buy this equipment that allows me to also sync up to Clubhouse. And I've had a lot of my equipment in boxes, and I found the plug to get into Clubhouse. So maybe I'll try to plug us back into a Clubhouse room as we're doing the Tuesday. And who knows? We keep co-creating, we keep playing. But seriously, my hat goes off to you, Lindsay, for all the good work that you're doing. I really appreciate you so much. Let's go next to. Wow.
Now, if you are on there, like I only got 2 clubs out of 100 million users. Lindsay is and Tony Rodriguez Gratitude. That's it. Or if I'll make my own. So we can make our own. We can make a laws of life. We can make QPT. We can make collaboration. Everyone in here. If you have not been on here, it's a great vehicle to get your voice out there. A lot of people are scared. I mean, we've talked to 500 to 1,000 people that come on here. They're nervous. They don't know what to say. They don't know how to do it. Guess what? You're doing it on audio rather than video, and there's no judgment. So I'd say get on there, intentional, and if you need help with it, we'll help you. Back to you.
I love that, Mark. And that's another benefit of this community, is that we're always coming up with new ideas, new concepts. How can we co-create? But I will say this is
I need to comment on that.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh, you will love it. Zohair you need your own Z Financial channel, and it's amazing. It really is amazing. And it's like but in this space at the Laws of Life, you do have the ability to practice being on video, and video is one of the #1 currencies in the world. So for your friends that say, oh, I'm afraid of public speaking, say there's no judgment here. Just have fun. Practice your pitch. Practice introducing yourself.
They're not scared of public speaking. They're scared of public speaking about them. That's how about it. One of my coach, Benny Salas, actually, he told me he's a good speaker and a coach. He said people scared of public speaking, not public speaking. And that's what it is. If you look at it, people are scared to be judged. And that's the problem. They're not scared to speak because they speak to everybody and anybody. And that's what I say, that's what Mark mentioned. Yep. That's why I want to come. And people, you don't want to be in the camera. You want the camera anyway.
Yep.
You're taking your selfies and everything every day.
I love that. I love that. And it's true. Just keep practicing, keep going, keep flowing. Let's go next to Aaron Clemens, the founder of We Save Teens. Aaron, what is the good word today with your incredible nonprofit?
Yeah, we're doing. We're working on creating programs, raising money for backpack time, museum teams for getting back to school, for us from high school as well as school to start with. We have our big event coming up this coming Saturday, June 21st, at Camelot Yacht Club in West Palm Beach. We have a partnership with South Florida Adventures Club. We save teens. There'll be venture capitalists, business owners, community, as well as we also have college stop me, national R&B artists performing. We have Teddy DeVillo, Jason Schools, Cousin performing. We're gonna have the crowd of high level people. Lisa Ray, Great Publishing, will be speaking at the event. Her new book, Legends of Fall, signed businesses in as well. Claire Holmes is kind of South Florida Adventure Club. She'll be there. Blanca's gonna make an appearance as well to promote her show and cover the event as well. It's gonna be a great crowd, great entertainment. Section tickets to apply for gourmet food. The game sign's gonna be there as well. The Church Energy Drink Company. It's gonna be a great turnout, great event. There's gonna be a lot of high rollers coming in, high influential people, community as well as business community. So go to Eventbrite, South Florida Adventures Club, We Save Teens. Go to WeSaveTeens.org or event coach to buy tickets as well, or SouthFloridaAdventuresClub.com. And buy tickets today. And I want everyone to buy tickets, show support for We Save Teens, South Florida Adventures Club. Angel Harris coming as well, he said. So,
All right. Well, I love it. And Aaron, you have put on some incredible events. You have so much energy and so much fire. He has amazing events. So if you are not doing anything on Saturday, there's multiple events happening. There's the We Save Teens event. There is also other, but I'm really, really excited for your event, Aaron. Congratulations on getting celebrities at your event. Now, recently, from the filming of my reality show, Blanca's Law, I have been learning that it's actually not that difficult to get celebrities at our events. It's really not that difficult, okay? And the fact that you did it is great, but I think a lot of us feel like celebrities are beyond our reach. They're not. But I think the key to getting a celebrity is someone that you have a deep connection to. Someone whose message has resonated with you in some way. So, Zoom audience, put in the chat, what celebrity resonates with you and why? Put that in the chat. Because remember, even when you're not talking, you can still be sharing. So what celebrity resonates with you and why? Let's do a little trivia. Who knows my favorite celebrity right now?
I know.
Who is it?
Every day we hustling. Every day we hustling. We change it to we hustling, not just.
we changed it.
I have to ask
Awesome.
his permission, you know.
All right, let's keep popping with entrepreneur introductions as Zohair will judge the winning pitch, and one of them is going to receive a prize. So let's go to Dr. Sherry Ask of Hollywood Bright Smile. Dr. Sherry, what is your law of life and what do you do? All right, I love it. And Dr. Sherry's been a big supporter. You know, Christine had a great law of life this morning. Christine Zalazzo, she said, what was it again?
Show up to go up.
Show up to go up. And I really think that you do that, Dr. Sherry. You always show up. You always show up. And when you show up, you go up. So I want to thank everybody in the Zoom audience. And guess who joined us in studio? Mark Siegel. We've got Lalini in the house. Lalini Manger is here with us in studio in person today. So excited to see her. Chris White, our diamond sponsor, just popping in now. So we'll hear from Chris White in a minute. Let's go next to a new fresh face, Claudel Fortunato. Claudel, tell us, what is your law of life and what do you do?
Hi, my name is Paula. I am the founder of Brooke Events. I started this company as a rental company to buy rentals for events. Before I got pregnant, I was always on planning events, decorating for my family and friends. I just love to bring energy and everything to the party. But once I got pregnant, I experienced it very different. So I had to slow down. Wasn't as included in everything. But then I realized I still wanted to be a part of the celebrations, but just in a different way. So for events support, really that everybody deserves to be involved in every party, and any events, even if it's through just a custom decoration, a photo booth rental, or any fun add-ons like a ramen meal bar,
Ooh.
cards. So I created this company to be a part in any way of any event. I love bringing life to people. Some people struggle with getting certain days for the events. They don't know how to elevate it more. And with my add-ons, I've been doing that. And we just started about 2 years ago. But really, more and more in the last year.
Good.
I've been putting myself out there as much as I can, trying to get as many people to know who I am. And that's
Congratulations.
All right, Claudel, make sure you everybody drop your cell numbers in the chat. Maybe you're having an event. We can always use event planners at the Laws of Life platform. So drop your cell phone. And mine is out on my Instagram, Blanca's Laws of Life. Feel free to friend me. Let's stay connected. And Claudel, who invited you today? Who invited you? Who is? Oh my gosh, Jose Fortunato, the private investigator of our group. Okay, look at that. So, shout out to Jose. We love Jose.
That's
love
how
him.
we do connection.
All right, let's keep cooking. Is Chris White still in the house? Chris White, we'd love to hear from you as our sponsor. If you could take the stage and tell us about your platform, the Wiser Company, and how you support the Laws of Life. Let's go! You can't put your camera on? We'll take audio. Go for it. Not quite.
No.
Camera's not on, but we can hear that eloquent voice of yours. So feel free to share your message as you are a Diamond sponsor. Thank you, Chris, for all the support. I truly appreciate it very, very much. Very grateful. And I was speaking about you earlier, how you're helping, so many brands obtain sponsorships for their missions and doing business consulting, helping with marketing. There's so many ways that you're helping the world. So thank you for all your support as a sponsor. Appreciate.
Good news, something you've done for Wiser.
Heck yeah, we love good news. Tell us.
So, for example, Ms. Blanca is not just a lawyer, she's a hell of a connector. Meaning that she's deciphering, maybe who to connect
to who. So she called me with this guy that owns a tax company, a very, very, very prominent guy. I'm not gonna say his name, but it was a very big fish, and we happened to go eat, have dinner. Now we're doing business thanks to Mrs. Blanca. So I just want to say, Mrs. Blanca, thank you for that. And just things like that she does. So I just want to thank her for thinking about me, and then in return, when somebody comes my way and say, hey, Chris, I need a service, I need the right lawyer, or I need this connection, let's say, here's somebody named Mrs. Blanca. So Mrs. Blanca, I just want to thank you for that.
You are more than welcome. That's one of the many benefits of this group and many benefits of sponsorship. So there's a lot of opportunity. Keep coming into this room. Keep bringing your friends. Keep bringing your connections. It doesn't matter how old they are. It doesn't matter what they do. In this group, we're only 6 levels of separation from the one. One connection can change Lalini's life. Just one. So we don't know, but that's the fun of it. That's the magic of it. Not everything in life is a calculated strategy. Just go with love, go with the flow, keep connecting. Don't give up, guys. Don't give up. Stay positive, stay relentless. I went to the beach on Father's Day and the water was perfect. And the waves kept hitting me. I was swimming in the water and I was swimming freestyle. Every 3 seconds, a wave hit me, and it either splashed over me or it had me stop swimming. And I said, we got to keep swimming. It doesn't matter how many waves hit us. We got to keep going. Same thing with driving. Just because a pebble hits your windshield, you don't stop. You don't stop. Don't let people distract you from your vision. Don't let the nonsense and the absurdity interrupt your pathway. Keep your pathway. Keep going. And I'm really grateful that everybody's here watching the live. Let's go next to my favorite bodyguard and bail bondsman and entrepreneur who actually helped me over the weekend because one of my clients was arrested and they needed a bond. And it was a young person and her parents were on the phone and we lined them up with Greg at like 9 a.m. on Father's Day. It was an interesting Father's Day. So tell everybody about you.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everybody. And Blanca, I definitely appreciate
Project. Talk a little louder.
turn this volume up. So, as a private investigator, the bail bond agent, what I do is I provide you with a peace of mind so that you can enjoy your event and don't have to worry about who's coming in and who's staying and who got drunk and needs to exit the building. So we do stuff like that too. Right now, the reason I'm not in your studio audience is I'm all the way in Tampa and I am conducting
That's funny.
so for those who want to come to work, we're making sure that they do not get harmed, that they walk through the picket, so we do stuff like that as well. So I've been working 5 a.m. till 9 o'clock every night that I've been up there except one.
Wow. Get out. We need an energy drink sponsor for this group, Zohair. Chris White, we need an energy drink sponsor. Can you make that happen, Chris White? We should all be drinking the same energy drink in the talk show. Hello?
That would be awesome.
Right?
I can make it happen
You can make it happen, Z.
with Love Life drinks. We're gonna make a drink says Love Life.
Well, you know what my special ingredient in my energy drink will be? Love. That's gonna be an
I think
ingredient.
we can create something like that.
All
Yeah.
right. All right, Chris. Custom made energy drink. Make that vision come alive. Can you do that in the next 24 hours? All right, that's the law of being ready. By the way, remember I told you guys last week, have a suitcase with you with a bathing suit, a suit if you're a man, a gown if you're a woman, all the clothes. I was interviewing Forbes Riley last week for my podcast, and she goes, you want to go to the beach for a walk after the podcast? Well, guess what? I was able to go because I had my bathing suit. If I wasn't ready, I would have had to say, no, I can't go. Have your suitcase ready. Lindsaya, you wanted to say something, love. Lindsaya? Oh, maybe she was saying goodbye. Did Chris Salem, you wanted to say something? All right. Let's go next to Johnny Castor. Johnny Castor, what is the good word? Johnny always has an incredible pitch. Let's go, Johnny.
Legal shield.
Hello, I'm Johnny Castor, West Legal Shield, and we specialize in helping you
provide top affordable legal service and identity theft protection for families, businesses all over the United States and Canada. I had a client that he had had a wreck and he had to rent a car. And he rented it from a particular company, and I won't mention the name of the company, but you know, Enterprise sometimes gets involved in this. But he got a call after he turned in the rental car saying, "How are you going to pay for this hail damage on your car?" He said, "What hail damage?" He said, "Well, it's been totaled by hail." And he said, "I've got pictures of when I turned it in. There was no hail damage." And they said, "Well, you owe for a brand new car because it was totaled." And he said, "No, I don't." So he called Legal Shield's law firm, and they sent a letter to this particular company. And all of a sudden, they called him back and said, "Oh, we called the wrong person about the hail damage. It wasn't you. You don't owe it." And I had 4 other customers from that same company had the similar situations. And after they got the letter from the law firm, they didn't have any problems. So remember, before the long arm of the law gives you the short end of the stick, you better call Johnny Casper really, really quick.
Oh, I love it, Johnny. I love your energy. You always deliver. Mark, what do you think about Johnny Castor's pitch? I'm just curious, your feedback for Judge Z.
So, actually, I've known Johnny Castor for years through HNP, through Happy Neighborhood Project. I met him at a similar time as Ken. I love what he's doing, and what I love about what he's doing the most is consistency. Johnny has been on here saying the same thing in a good way with the same company, not changing every 30 seconds. That's what his vision is. And he's consistent. So if you need some legal help, obviously Blanca does some legal work as well. But if you need some other stuff, maybe actually there's a little of a connection. You and Johnny Castor should be having a wonderful. And speaking of, lastly, there's someone in the room who has to leave soon, so I've been
Who?
trying to connect with you for a month.
Who?
Jeff Lozano is a networking monster.
Oh, let's
And a
bring
good
Jeff
friend.
up. Is he
He's the
still?
host of the party on Friday with over 70 people now, and I've done multiple events with him. And me, you, and him are going to sit down and have a meal, and we're going to do a mega Lindsay event coming up soon. So,
Wow.
there you go.
Well, Jeff, I'd love for you to come to the stage and introduce yourself because any friend of Diamond sponsor Mark Siegel is a friend of mine. So, Jeff, say hello. Tell us about you.
Hey, how you doing, guys? I have a condo in Sarasota, and I have a condo in Palm Beach Gardens. I do a ton of networking, like you said, that's my job. I'm a Rotarian. I do big networking events, and I actually recruit volunteers. We do a ton of golf outings, we do a ton of charity events and galas, because the hardest part when you do an event is getting volunteers, especially in Florida. So that's what we do, and we kind of make sure that they're the right fit for the group. And I work with a bunch of people to put on the galas, and a lot of people that do the consignment, like, you know, the signed baseball shirts, things like that, Tom Brady stuff. So we help with that. So pretty much we do events to help out too. But the main thing we do is we try to get people together, get them a Rotarian. You know, I love the group. It's a good way to get them with people you can trust and all that. And I'll also fundraising consultant, and I can tell you in a couple of minutes where the money's going, just to make sure that people are given to the right people, because legally for the IRS you can take 75 cents to the dollar. A lot of people do that. So if you guys need help with any kind of fundraising, let me know. If you want to do a game, if you want to do golf outing,
Wow.
we do a bunch over and we did the Boca West Country Club, we did High Ridge Country Club. I didn't even heard of High Ridge Country Club. It's even nicer than Boca West. So anyway, I do all that stuff. Friday we have a great event coming up. It's for single. It's called Single Mingle. If you guys want to come volunteer, you're welcome to. So we're giving money to the I think for the food bank, and Mark will explain that one. So that's okay.
Jeff,
That's all it is.
I love that, Jeff. I absolutely love that. And what I want to ask you a question. We do have a We Save Teens. We have many nonprofits. Mark also supports. He, won the Philanthropist of the Year last year at our award luncheon. He's always setting the example of philanthropy. My question is, when you meet with a nonprofit and they say, I want to do a fundraiser, are they required to have a minimum amount of money in hand to get the process started? Is it 5,000? Is it 10,000? What's the capital requirement to have your support?
Well, when we did it for cystic fibrosis, we would nominate 25 girls, 25 guys to raise money. Then you have a gala at the end. So really, you don't need any money at the beginning. I charge a small fee, but really, the easiest way to do is do a happy hour, okay, and then you get appetizers donated. We used to send it to city parties back in the day. You get like the nail lady to come in, massage therapist. I owned a massage envy for 8 years and retired with one store in Pittsburgh. But anyway, you get stuff donated. Once you have your 501c3, and I tell people, even if you have your website, put that on your website because it opens up doors. You never have to make a cold call again. Because if you have to pick something. Everyone is passionate about something. Dogs, they have big red dog helped her out before, big rescue dog. Then cystic fibrosis is a good one. To pick something, you don't have to have a lot of money to do it. It's more or less, the only thing bad about the whole situation is if you decide to do your own 501c3, it's about $2,500 to $3,000 off the beginning. So that takes away from money you're going to give to these organizations. So if you want to have your own 501c3, that's the cost of it. Plus the paperwork. It's not hard to get it, but there's a lot of paperwork you got to follow. It's a tax code. You got to do it.
Of course.
Yes, tax code, and that's the thing that people get caught up on. But if you have to have 3 board of directors when you start. Big galas are easy to do. Happy hours are easy to do, and a lot of people, like I said, usually companies don't know how to give. They want to give, but they don't know how to do. And nowadays, even cystic fibrosis and American Cancer, they always change. Like you can't do this, you can't do this, and you can't have alcohol. It's always changing, so you got to be careful on that too.
Well, let me ask you this question. Sorry to interrupt you. But like, for example, We Save Teens. Aaron Clemens, if you're still in the Zoom, you should come back into this conversation because this is an excellent connection for you. This is where the, let's say, Laws of Life is not currently a nonprofit. It's a media and marketing empowerment platform. But we've done a lot of fundraisers over the years where we've raised money for many charities. If Laws of Life and We Save Teens does a charity event together, is that enough for, can the nonprofit partner with a for-profit? Is that cool?
Yeah, as long as you have the 501c3 in hand, and as long as you can prove that, and because it's all about who's taking the money, where the money's going. You don't want to put that in your account too.
Right.
Then you got to pay taxes on it, unless you're loaded and stuff, and you have a ton of write-offs to do too. But like I said, that's the whole big thing, because once they open the can of worms, then because it's sad to say, there's so many people that don't even have cancer to try to have one.
Yeah.
That's a sad part. There's shysters out there. That's what you have to be careful. And you have to, for these 501c3s, they have to put and publicize every year how much they make, how much they pay their CEOs. Like Goodwill is based here in Sarasota. He's a good friend of mine. They pay their CEOs like $2 million a year. And they don't have
Okay.
expenses. Everything's donated. And there's a lot of it. You got to be careful. That's all.
I love it. Well, let's definitely drop your message in the chat. Mark, if you have a quick comment, happy to hear it.
Absolutely. A couple of quick things. Number one, as another side piece that some people I know have done personally, they do these communities, foundations where they run everything for you. Forgot the exact title of it. Broward County has one, Palm Beach has one, Martin County has one. They literally do everything, and you pay 1% of the money being donated.
Wow. Love that.
That during COVID when things happened because they shut their org because they weren't making enough
Ooh.
money. It's like a community bank. I'll get the name of it, but they match about $1 billion. And the big thing is, yes, they are literally up to 86 cents on the dollar that they can keep now. And that is why I have checked. There are only, I believe, 4 charities I deal with globally. And the reason I like Feeding America, which I've gone into, is because of the scale. And
Of course. Well, I definitely want to have Jeff you on as a guest of honor because guess what? I'm from Pittsburgh too. Fox Chapel High School, baby.
The Steeler fan. That's all they care.
Woo, Steelers.
Pittsburgh is Steelers and sports. I said, remember when they played Tampa? I said, let Pittsburgh win because there's nothing up there, but all they love is the Steelers, and there's no jobs, and the weather sucks.
I still have a crush on Terry Bradshaw, even after all these years. He's so cute.
But no, I'm telling you too about the fundraising stuff. Like you said, you have to be super careful with that.
All right.
Also, matching fees too.
All right. I don't want to interrupt you, but I want to have you as a guest of honor so we can have a full-fledged dialogue about this. Because you are incredible and any Pittsburgher is a friend of mine, and Mark, I acknowledge you for bringing in this incredible entrepreneur in.
No, thanks. I appreciate it. You guys
Of-
are awesome.
Oh my God. How are you enjoying the show so far, Jeff? You like it?
Oh, that's awesome. Everyone's positive. It's great. You guys are great. It's amazing.
All right, cool. Well, we want you to keep coming back. We keep them coming back. We keep them coming back. All right, let's go next to, we're going to go next to Bruce Haber, who was also a good person for you to meet, Jeff and everyone. So, Bruce, the stage is yours. Tell everybody about you.
Thank you. I think the stage is leaving in a few minutes. That was a joke. But, my name is Bruce Haber, Creative Funding Group. I've been funding commercial real estate as well as companies for 27 years. Have an exceptional database that's current that I continually update. Many people think they can fund companies, but the important thing are resources. Resources and resources and more resources. 70% of the funding today is done by non-banks. Not banks, but non-banks. And interestingly enough, a little known fact is, with respect to SBA lending, one would think, which is done by mostly banks, some non-banks, one would think that their underwriting is uniform as a result of being under the umbrella of SBA. Nothing could be further from the truth. Each bank or non-bank entity has their own underwriting processes as well as requirements. So it's important to deal with an expert who understands and can connect the dots. What type of financing do you really need as opposed to what you think you need? Who is the best sources to go to? Does the person you're dealing with have a backup in case something unexpected happens? What is the track record of the person you're dealing with? Are they asking for upfront fees, which is not something you should expect? My agreements are no-brainers because they are not exclusive agreements, which means that you can continue to pursue your own avenue.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
I bet on myself to exceed that which you can do on your own. So I'm betting on the jockey, although I don't ride a horse. Jockey, and eventually a better result than that which you can do on your own.
I love it.
And it can be with a bank.
All right, we got to move on to the next entrepreneur, but I appreciate your sharing. And as I said earlier, Bruce and I are a big part of the same high-end networking organization. So what we're going to do, that's right, the Global Eagles. So at this time, let's go next to Samuel, and then we'll go to our live audience members for their introduction. So Samuel, take a minute and tell us about you, my dear.
Yeah, thank you, Bianca. Yeah, I really appreciate it. Yes, nice seeing the beautiful places and happy places at work. Yes, good afternoon, good morning, or whatever you do here in the world. Yeah, my name is Samuel. I'm a business leader. For 2 years in my love life, my love life was is keep on adding values. Like that, you get value. And this value what goes around, drop values around the value.
I love that. And Samuel, I'm having a little trouble hearing you. I'm going to suggest that you take your headset off because your law of life is so beautiful, but it is a little bit tough to hear. So if you could try again, where
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
now we can. Now I want you to project. I want you to imagine that the entire world is listening to you. 1 billion people are watching. And I'm going to introduce the amazing Samuel. Samuel, what is your message today?
Okay, thank you so much. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you may be all over the world. Yes, it's nice seeing your beautiful faces and handsome faces as well. Yes, my name is Samuel and my business name is GeoSK Leaders. What am I into? Before I go into what I'm into, I want to say my love of life. My love of life firstly is keep on adding values to people. It's just like what goes around comes around. When you throw values to people, definitely value will come back to you. That's my love of life. So what am I into? I'm a website designer. I'm a digital marketer, social media promoter, grower, and marketer as well. I'm also into art creations and management. I also do video creations and editing. Currently, I'm offering a free service website design just on my website design service with this service. Quotes, you have to provide me the requirement needed, then I do my service for free. But you are going to provide me the requirement needed. If you need to improve your legitimacy and credibility for your business, you definitely need a website.
Okay.
If you want to advertise more your business, you need a website. If you want to reach out to larger people, you need a website. Likewise, you want to generate more sales, you need a website. Now, social media.
Oh, Samuel, everyone has 1 minute. So what? So 1 minute. So do me a favor and close out now. Close out. What's your closing message?
Okay, my closing message. I also do monetization, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube monetization. You want to monetize your account, I'm going to take this one step before the other, and you get to monetize. Thank you so much. I always drop my information in the chat, so reach out to me, let's connect, and make your business grow. Thank you so much.
Everybody give Samuel a huge round of applause. And we love having Samuel here. And everybody in the Zoom audience has now had the opportunity to share their message with the world. Remember, it is a message for the world because the Laws of Life platform alone has 55,000 followers. All of you have followers. If all of you share the live stream, we can reach 1 billion people if we really want to. But that requires you to go to the Laws of Life with Blanca Facebook page, share the stream, put your own business on, put your offer on, comment, invite people to come into the Zoom every Tuesday. There should be 5,000 people on the Zoom. Then there should be 100,000. Then there should be 1 million. And then we all win together. There is power in numbers, but I'm grateful for whatever we have. But I also want us to grow. That is my vision. So my ask today is to share the Laws of Life, to invite 5 people next week to come in the studio, to invite 20 people next week to come onto the Zoom. And then what we will do under the new process is we will break into breakout rooms and we will have a semi-finalist pitch. So only the people that have the best pitch in their group will be able to present to the world, but they'll be able to meet people in the group. All right, so let's go to our live audience. I'm going to pass the microphone to Christine Zalazo.
Thank you, Blanca. And by the way, I'm going to start sharing the Laws of Life to Facebook groups. I think if we all can do that, we can get more people on the Zoom. And okay, so Christine Zalazo, broker owner, Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. I also have another company that I just started called Your Commercial Deal Sold Guaranteed Realty.
Wonderful.
And
Tell us more.
okay, and I deal with commercial and residential. I also offer guarantees. If your home sold doesn't sell, I will buy it. If you don't love your home in 2 years, I will buy it back or sell it for free. If I do not return your phone call within 24 hours, I will donate $100 of my commission towards your closing costs. And also, if if you have your real estate license and you want to move your license with me, if you don't make an extra $100,000 in the following year, then I will pay you the difference. And I also give back to charity. So I would love to partner up with some of you guys and on charity events, because I do donate a portion of my commission at my closings.
I love that. You got to connect with Mark Siegel. I'm going to connect you in a group text with Mark Siegel. I'm going to connect you with Jeff Sassano. And I think there's another magical moment. I love that, Christina. And of course, We Save Teens. Aaron Clemens is back in the room. Oh, you're already partners with We Save Teens or not?
Not yet.
Have you met Aaron Clemens
No,
yet?
I have not.
All right, so you see, another magical moment, another magical moment. The more you come into this space, the more you commit to the process of community empowerment and connection, magic happens. If you're a charity out there watching, just think, if you were in the Zoom right now, you could connect with Christine. But who's here? Aaron Clemens is here. Jeff Sassano's here. Mark Siegel's here. I love that.
And also, anybody you refer to me, I will donate to a charity of your choice.
Look at that. I love all the guarantees and I love all the gifts. The G&G. I love it. I love it. All right, so what we have to do, now remember, another thing you could do that just came to me is you should post a video of yourself talking just what you just said in the Laws of Life Facebook group. It costs you nothing to be in the Laws of Life Facebook group. We have over 500 members in the group. I would suggest everyone, Christine, post your message in the group in a video format and then type it out. Guarantee for this, charity for that, charity donation for referrals. How badly do we all want to give to charity? But sometimes we say, got a lot of bills this month. But just by referring to Christine, she'll donate a charitable donation in your name because you sent her business. That's what I'm talking about. I love it. I love it. Well, thank you for being in our live studio. And Christine is also a strategic partner of mine, along with Mike Owen. Aaron Clemens, what do you think about Christine's offer? What's your pitch? Why should We Save Teens become a strategic partner of Christine Zalazo? You want to pitch, Aaron, or you went off camera? All right, let's go next to our next in-studio guest. Tell everyone your name and your mission.
Good afternoon, Tanisha Taylor with Taj Property Management. First, I want to thank you, Blanca and Zohair. Thank you for this platform. And so, do we as in-studio guests get to share our Law of Life?
Please, you're just like our Zoom. Share your Law of Life. Tell us what you do. Tell us everything.
So what I do is rental property management. I'm a property manager for landlords. I get the question, do I manage Airbnbs? Do I manage short-term rentals? Do I manage HOAs? I don't. What I focus on is the traditional landlord that owns multifamily or single property. I have a specific product for specific service for 10 units and below. It's flat fee. We also have maintenance just for landlords because it's not just mailbox money. You have to fix things, and a lot of landlords don't like to fix things. I like this job. I like what I do. I'm an entrepreneur. I have owned this office for 15 years. The last 3 years, we were focusing on just rental property management. Now, that said, our contact information,
Sure.
you can reach out to me directly via text, 954-629-6883, licensed and insured, property management company. Law of Life. As I was listening to the community share, I actually have two that I carry with me daily. I'll share both.
Sure.
The first is you have everything you need to win. In every moment, you have everything you need to win. If you're not winning, that's not what you should be focused on. If you're not winning, that's not what you should be focused on, because you have everything in every moment to win. And I'm compelled to share it because I'm having a tough day today. That means I'm focused on the wrong thing.
Ooh.
So that I'm speaking that into existence, speaking that I'm sharing because we're real people And these are real laws of life, right?
Oh, absolutely.
This is real laws of life.
No, you really inspired me. You know, for your first time in this show, you really speak from the heart. My impression is that you are authentic, you have a beautiful soul, and you're allowing us to look into the window of your experience and to hear your laws of life. And I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Because it takes a lot of courage to do that. So, what do we need to do next? Let's give our new friend a round of applause, everyone. Give her a big round of applause. Because that is not an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
I acknowledge you for that. And I look forward to building our friendship.
Yeah.
And I hope you come.
This is fantastic.
You like being in the studio? It's fun, right?
It's fun. And my second law was it's always seed time and harvest time. When things aren't happening, that's when you're planting seeds. When you're not harvesting,
I love that.
when you're not harvesting, that means you're planting something. When it's not coming through, focus on what you're putting out, what's good. When it comes in, you don't know when it's going to come in. So it's always seed time and harvest time because we operate on a cycle, spiritually, naturally. Nature follows a cycle. So those are the two. And this is just evidence that what you've done, this platform, this is evidence of what happens when you truly do believe. There was a seed, somebody watered it, one planted, the other watered, and here we all are. So we're always living in somebody's vision. Always living in somebody's vision. So that said, I will close with that.
I love that. I love that. Well, thank you again for being here. Let's go next to Lalini. Lalini has been part of the Laws of Life for a very long time. So it's very exciting and special to have you in the studio right now.
Hi, Blanca. How are you? It's an honor to be here. This place looks amazing. It's nice to see innovation that has progressed. So I love this. I love this. I love this. It's nice being here. Again, my name is Lalini. I'm a quantum healing expert. August 23rd, 2022, I got struck by lightning. And what this did for me was open up the quantum spaces that exist within our field. My mission in life is to rewrite the genetic code of who you think you are to who you are now. And I'm going to say that again, to who you think you are to who you are now. So many of us are living in a space where, the theme of today is that we are distracted. We're not focused. And I like what you said about planting seeds because when you move with cycles of life, there will always be a point for harvest and a point for planting seeds. And it's just a way of life. So if we understand just that fundamental part, a lot of what we're facing, the mental health, the body, all of these things, the ailments will all come into alignment when you get back within self. So back within self is, what am I truly focused on? So my law of life today is, when you see someone that you think that might be, if they're whatever it may look like, you always want to acknowledge the person inside, whether it's a small gesture, something of the sort. There are people in our lives that are striving for us to be better. And I realized that the other day as I was talking with someone that, we always say, oh, I'm doing this by myself, I'm this and I'm that. But you're not. There are so many people around you that are rooting for you. So what are you really paying attention to? I sent each and every one of those people a text message and let them know thank you, a gratitude message, letting them know that I am so grateful for you taking the time out of your day to give me this message. Relationship and everything is key. So thank you for having me, Blanca.
Thank you for being here. It means the world. I'm so thankful that Lalini, who's been here so many times through Zoom and attended the Royal Luncheon last year, was such a gift that you were here last year for the Royal Luncheon. I am planning another Royal Luncheon. It's probably going to have to be in September, but I am working on that. That's our annual award ceremony, where we all spend time together. Mike Embry, you have a thought?
Yes. Also, I'd like to say that Lalini, she was one of my guest speakers for my award show last year.
All right. That's incredible. Wow. Congratulations, Lalini. And that's incredible. I love the interaction that continues to occur, the evolution. Just remember the law of patience. If you plant the seeds they will blossom. But the law of repetition and consistent showing up matters. Look how all the laws of life are integrating. Plant the seeds, keep showing up, keep growing, keep going, keep being relentless. So Zohair, you've heard all the pitch.
I want to share something real quick.
Sure.
Because she said the planting seeds, and you said you have to be patient. There is something I would love to share. Is a story I hear about. You know how is bamboo grow, right, guys? The bamboo takes 5 years just to come out from the ground. But guess what? While you're doing that, the bamboo is growing under the ground, and it's keep growing and growing and growing and growing. You know why? He built a good foundation, and that's how we plan good foundation, because within 5 days or 10 days, you'll see 10, 15 feet bamboo growing. You think that's how it holds itself. And that's show you guys how you have to be patient, how to things happen, and that how you harvest your seeds. You're always planting seeds, always planting seeds. The same, I use that as recruiting, and that's we're gonna talk about it.
I love that. Well, before we go on to a deeper conversation with Zohair, I'm going to put all of our Zoom audience on the spot and our live. Who do you declare as having the most powerful Laws of Life entrepreneurial introduction today?
It's tough, really, but I'm choose one because it's stuck in my head. Keep thoughts positive. Your spirit is strong. And that's very, very important, and he have it behind him. Everybody did great, everybody good, everybody professional. But guys, you know, I love that. It's stick on my head. Keep your thoughts positive, keep the spirit strong. Because if you have both together, you're never gonna lose. You're always gonna win, no matter what.
Well, that's our friend Wally Waiters, and so congratulations, Wally, on being voted the most powerful pitch of the day. And because of that, your reward is you get an extra 2 minutes to share your law of life with the world, whatever you have coming up. 2 minutes. Go for it, Wally.
So thank you very much for that. I appreciate it so much. So what I have going on, you guys, just like I mentioned, I have definitely was the appreciation book. That was my new book, Transformational Truths, and I'm taking pre-orders right now. Also, I am really, really working on my branding and consulting. So if you do have any ideas, anyone who has ideas, I know Rhonda's already doing her own, but a business, a real estate company, a doctor's office, where they have characters. And anybody who has characters is funny, because what I'm finding right now is that there are a lot of people out there today who have a story, social media, everything. The good news about what I'm doing right now, these shows are being streamed and monetized. In other words, we have a show already produced, and I can upload it, I can deal with the studio, I can upload it to the web. It has to be approved, edited a certain way, but then what can happen is you make money every single quarter. This is not some kind of just thing. Let me post something on YouTube. Let me put it on Instagram. This is actually really going to generate money. And I just upload this shit on speakers. This client is already getting thousands of views already, and this gets monetized. So that's all I wanted to share today. I want to say it's a blessing to be here. Well, you know, I had another Zoom call 11. I did it earlier. What got me was your email.
Really? Aw, Wally, thank you so much. You are an inspiration. And I just want to tell everyone another law of life is we win for different reasons. Today, Wally won because he has a great law of life, but he also packaged his message with a strong graphic design as his background. And did that make a difference for you, Judge Zohair?
Yes, actually, everybody did great. They have experience. 007 also. Mark, my friend, I had your CBD last night. I feel good today.
Woo!
You know, I appreciate it. We're helping here, party. Everybody want to connect, and that's what we're building here. Hybrid connection. You can be anywhere in the world, and you come to Law of Life. We're gonna connect you, And also I talk about the Power of One, which is coming up.
All right. Well, let's talk about that. Let's open it up for a conversation with Zohair and our live panelists. Oh, thank you. And our live studio audience, our Zoom audience. And so what is the number one law of life you want to explore today for the audience?
Well, as we do connection, like we always talk about it, we building here a foundation how people can connect. And if you're not opening your mouth and talk about it, you're not connecting. You're not even, like Mark say it again, you guys say it, 007, Wally. You have to share. That's number one. You share what's better for them, not for you. What's better for others, not for you. You already said. You said, and yourself said. But how we find others care about the others, then you're gonna connect.
You know what? That is a very, it seems so obvious, but yet you articulated something in the subconscious for me, which is find out what their needs are, have them
Correct.
share what they desire, and be a better listener.
Well, that's what God gave you, 2 ears and 1 mouth. Like, it didn't do it for a reason, You listen what important for them. And people gonna tell you. Trust me, ask question. We discussed that last night and with you again, We need to ask question about them, not about us.
Give us a couple examples, because when you go out there, Zohair literally talks to everyone, literally anyone. Does that deplete you of energy when you talk to everyone? Do you get tired?
Number one, no, I never get tired of talking. Never. That's why, guys, look, I even use this. That way I keep my voice on. Look, it keep my voice going.
All right.
You know what I mean? Like at 24/7. That's how you can connect with others.
What do you ask them? What do you give us some tips? Let's say
Well,
for example.
everybody's different.
Okay.
Everybody different. Your energy can tell. Their energy can tell. Like, for example, Christine, like today she walk in with her energy. Wow, I love that orange dress. I love your hair. Just to open that, all you have to get compliment about the other people. You're not there, be honest, not BSing, just be speaking from the heart. And people can sense that really quick, guys. Trust me, people can sense it. You want to do it like if a woman or a man, it depends who you're talking to. You're not going to show your hitting on them. Like that's another thing. Wow, I love your dress. Where you got it from? I want to get one for my wife. Then you build that
That's
connection.
good. That's good.
Like, hey, or my girlfriend, or whatever, if you're not married. Or
Take away the sexual tension.
Exactly. People
Don't.
said, oh, why are you hitting on me? Like, hey, I love your hair. What you use shampoo today or whatever, I want to get it for my girlfriend. Or you smell good, what perfume is, or whatever it is. That you built in 3 seconds a trust relationship, in 3 seconds. And that's part of some example we do. If it's a man, awesome. Oh, a great suit. I need one for my husband. Where do you got it from? They're gonna talk. People love to talk about themselves. And the minute you ask the right question at the right time, sometimes you're gonna get the, wow, okay, that's good. Move on. It's not for you. Their bad energy or their energy, you leave it alone. And that's what I do.
If they have the bad energy, how do you not take it personally? What's your advice to the audience to not let them prevent that from meeting another person? I think a lot of people shut down because they feel they've been rejected.
Well, we have a book, actually. I do a book of the month for my group, Intelligent Emotion, Intelligence, and so forth. And that's very, very good book, guys. You don't let emotion get into you, because the minute you get emotional, the things goes wrong. Always within yourself. The other people not gonna worry about you, trust me. You're just punishing yourself. For example, you go out there and you see these guys driving like crazy and so forth, and cut you off, and then they'll be F you and all that. You think they're gonna worry about you? They move on. You just irritating yourself. He said, when somebody do that to me, he said, wow, I'm number one, thank you. You give me the finger, I'm number one. Thank you.
I'm number one. I like
you know
that.
how is the finger? But I said number one, thank you.
how
Yeah,
you
know what
how
I mean?
you
Like how you react into the other side, guys, and that's what it is.
do you think that someone's personal image affects how strangers will respond to them?
Absolutely, you always have to dress to impress. People. Mike Owen said to me, "Z, you're always with a suit. You're always that because you don't know who's your next one. You don't know who you're gonna meet. You know what I mean? Like one time I was in the islands and somebody said to me, Z, it's so hot. Why are you wearing a suit? You're coming to church in a suit. I'm Muslim originally, but I go to every religion. It's the house of God. We have to respect other people's religion. We're not allowed to talk about religion, but just respect. We talk about respect.
Yes.
And why are you dressing a suit? As I'm just telling you a story, I used to go to the island every once in a while, and I go to church every Sunday because that's normal in the island, family island. They go to church, and the guy asked me, he said, "Well, I want to tell you a story. Even if you die and you don't have a suit, they put you in the suit. You want to meet God in the best position you are in and the best looking. Why we put the suit in when people die? But that's why. Imagine you want to impress people while they're alive, and guess what? The next time I went to the island, all men wearing suits. It's just that's how you can affect others. You know what I mean? Like people looking at others. You know what I mean? Like look at you. You're looking fabulous. Why you want to come in, dress up, hair tied up? Why? The image is everything. People judge us the first 3 seconds, guys. 3 seconds.
3, if not 1. And I'll tell you, my father always wore a suit. Always. Even if it was a birthday party at 3 o'clock on a 100-degree day, he wore a suit.
That's
and
me, guys.
and I love that. I think that's one of the reasons I admire you. I do. You guys know this. I've never hid that fact that I just appreciate a man in a suit. And for the record, I'm engaged. All right.
Hey.
So I'm complimenting you without any element of flirtation,
Thank you.
in accordance with your law of life. But I will tell you that it does make a difference, and that's another element of this show is to practice your video image, practice your background, like Wally has a background today. So let's open it up to the audience and our live audience. Any comments? Raise your hand on the art of networking, being open to connection and not fearing rejection. Any thoughts on that? Mark Siegel. We'll go to Mark and then we'll go to Wally. Mark, what do you think? Let's open it up.
Wally first, you hear me now.
What a gentleman. Wally, what are your thoughts?
To me about networking is about being comfortable in your own skin. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yes.
project, baby.
Okay. A network is about being comfortable in your own skin, being transparent, authentic, and vulnerable. Because what happens is, like energy attracts like energy. I meet people everywhere I go. Grocery store, here, there. People walk up to me and tell me, "Hey, you just seem approachable and friendly." So it's not always about you, but like this in the comments section, I'm watching because I get in trouble making comments.
People gonna judge you anyway. It doesn't matter. People gonna judge you. You talk or you don't talk.
Guys, you're going to keep that fun. So, with that being said, I think it's all about because what I find when I prepare myself before I walk into a networking event, I'm really walking in my power, in my authenticity. People approach me every single time. They let their guard down because a lot of people are scared of networking. Sometimes they just welcome it. You see somebody walking, hey, how you doing? That's so even if it's not your event, I want to welcome this event. I'm glad to meet you. So tell me what you know. Because everyone's in a network for a reason. Some women are looking for a husband. Some people are looking for business. Just keeping it real. So that's pretty much my tips.
I love that. Mark, what are your thoughts? Jump in here. Let's go.
Okay, couple quick bullets. Yes, compliments will get you everywhere. As a single
Thank
guy,
you, thank you.
really
Thank you.
myself, but I talk to the guys just as much because, as we all know, you never know who's in that room, and you never know if that connection is right, or more importantly, as we found out, that person's connection, and I'll always go back to what Zohar always says, the power of one. But how many times have we sat in these rooms like, oh, this wasn't a great, it wasn't my industry or my right people. Meanwhile, they probably all knew someone who you need to know. Number two, Tony always taught us, ask the right questions. watch their face go from, hi, my name is this is my job, this is where I work, this is what I do, to their faces lit up, they're excited, they're passionate, they're animated, and they'll tell you everything all about it. And lastly, I honestly don't even remember what lastly was, but probably something to the tune of also keep yourself, around the right energy and the people you want to attract. Because yes, Wally, you are 100 by saying that like attracts like. So go out and get it. Because I know I'm going outside and I'm going to say hello to every single human being and animal that I see. You're great this weekend.
I love that.
Marcus Spark in the house.
There you go. Well, I learned, like, I don't ask people, what do you do?
That's
And-
the worst question you can ask.
and the
because
re-
that's offend them. I asked them, what you brought you here? That's one question. What brought you here? I never ask anymore like, oh, what you do for a living? No, because some people get offended. Like, hey, I'm not gonna tell you what I do. But oh, what you brought you here? What you bring you to this network event? And people gonna tell you, and that's how we're gonna drag a question to another question to another question, and then Blanca, she's like, she has a different way of asking. Everybody has different way of asking. What you brought you here today?
What, Wally? I didn't hear that. Huh?
I said no one networks like you. I met you at a networking event. Sign that said logs of flavor around your neck. So Blanca, you're a one-of-a-kind network. That's all I got to say about that.
Thank you, my friend.
That's why we talk to everybody and anybody, and that's very important. We don't judge people. I don't judge people. Only one God
Well,
judge them, and that's what we have to put. If you put your mind and your heart, you don't know what people holding on. You don't know what they going through. Nobody knows.
I just got a vision in this moment. I think the reason people have trouble connecting with other people is because they're too goal oriented. Okay? That's what this platform is about, community. So when you're talking to a person, don't go in with the lens, how can I sell X? How can I sell Y? Go into the lens with a community and state, I have such a wonderful community. Would you like to come to a talk show where you could meet incredible people of all ages, all backgrounds? That's your value contribution, and it costs you nothing. The power of the community around us. Not, this is what I do, this is what I sell. Forget that. Forget that. Throw that script in the garbage and offer connection. Offer a talk show. We have our own talk show. We co-created. What's your best gift? What do you do best? And they may say, well, I like to paint. Well, maybe you could paint a sign for the studio. Well, I like to sing. Well, maybe you could come to a performance in the studio.
We're gonna
Well,
do
I
some
like to
karaoke
act.
here, right?
Absolutely. There is no, this is what I love about being a talk show host, is that literally you can connect to anyone for any reason. They're a relationship coach, interview them about love. Oh, you're a psychotherapist? We want to interview. You're a body language expert? Come in. You're shy? Just sit in the audience and watch.
Dentist,
You're
we're
a
here.
you're a 10-year-old kid? Let Blanca interview you. It doesn't matter, because it's going to lead us all to the win. And the win is love. Spending time, having the space together, business, friendship, charity. Jeff coming in today was life-changing. Now we have a connection to Jeff because of Mark. Now we have a new vehicle to raise money. We got Christine donating money through her real estate. Do you think charity is a good platform as part of a business pillar?
Well, charity always good because you're helping others no matter what, and you have to do it from the heart. Like even when we do charity, we don't talk about it. That's how I raise in. When you do charity, you donate in church or a mosque or a temple or helping others, or you're bringing food to the homeless or whatever it is. Yeah, we collect it and so forth, but we never talk about it, because God sees that everywhere. He sees what you do for people and how you do it. Of course, we need to pull it out. Two things. Either you give it to Uncle Sam or you give it to other people to work on it. That's how I say it. That's how I feel. You know what I mean? I'd rather give it to others and make like Mark, he has feeding hungers, Christine, the boys, the home shelter, you know, whatever it is, you know what I mean? Feeding hungers. A lot of people hungry, guys. And we have to guard ourselves. We go out and eat, and guess what? A lot of people hungry. You leave half of your food on your plate. Don't order a big plate. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we just want to show off, hey, I like this, that. You know, honestly, as an American, we throw a lot of food while we giving a lot of people hungry. We feed sometimes downtown, Fort Lauderdale. Go Sunday, 2,000 and 3,000 waiting to eat, guys. And that's why we have to guard ourselves, you know, how we eat, how we give away, how we give things away. Well, one of the things I promised myself, I'm going to my closet the next few days, things I didn't wear for over a year. I want to get rid of it. How? Give it to charity. You know, there's other people wants it. You know what I mean? Like, if you didn't wear it over a year, you're not, most likely you're never gonna wear it.
I love that. Well, Z, you've been an incredible business partner, showing up at 8 a.m., helping me set up the cameras, helping me set up the studio. Shout out to Angeli, the angel of Alpha Connect, our newest sponsor, and Z Financial, our newest sponsor, Christine Zalazo, our newest sponsor. Our sponsors are growing. Our attendees are growing. Our community is building. I want to thank Z. Everybody, let's give Z a big round of applause. Zohair Shaban. So what we're going to do, we're going to roll the outro on the live.
Hey, welcome to the Laws of Life. It's time to light up the stage. In the network world, they're the latest rage. Gather round, let the summit ignite. We're all stars here, shining so bright. Dance through the doors, opportunities knock. With every beat we unlock, we gotta make it to the top. Life's laws in rhythm, feel the flow. Blanca and Mark, ready, set, let's go. Hey,